Hi, my name is Danaya. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. And if this is your first time here, we hope this content is totally useful to you and you stay. And to the oldies, welcome back. Yes, it's been a minute, but the girl is back, hopefully with more content that's useful more frequently. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about how I got a scholarship to the UK. And I promise this video has been a long time coming, but finally been able to find a good opportunity and a good time to do this. So let's get straight to it. Okay, so I'm going to share with us 3 points. I like to keep it short nowadays. Basically to help us, and under those 3 points I mean sub points that would help us to figure out exactly how to start this journey. And it's a wonderful journey, trust me. So the first thing you want to do is actually, oh sorry, I did mention my name, but I am in the University of Leeds pursuing a master's in environment and development. And someone's probably wondering why you should listen to me, because these tips have helped me to land scholarship, not just to schools in the UK but outside the UK as well. So these tips are tried and proven useful tips. I'm also going to leave links to other resources I personally used, and also to my LinkedIn post, because maybe I may skip out some, but that LinkedIn post has like tags of other people that have YouTube channels that are like really useful. And so let's get straight to it. The first point is identity. So it sounds really weird, I'll start from this point, but I really want to stress this. Before you start to look for scholarships, which is great, you need to ask yourself, who am I? Yes, and ask yourself those hard questions about what am I currently doing and what do I want to do, so that you can actually see how this scholarship will play in, which will come in my next point when it comes to preparing and then researching. So you need to ask yourself questions like, who am I? What do I want to do? What am I currently doing now? And what is it that I am trying to do? And when am I trying to achieve it? Like, you need to ask all of these questions. So let me give you an example. So my name is Anaya, and we're gonna do this identity thing in terms of like the professional development context. So I have been in the engineering space, transitioned into the technological or agri-tech space, and now I have moved to policy and development space as well. And so what I'm trying to do, or in essence, is trying to merge my passion for youth, African youth, and also organic waste and technology into one space. And so what do I do? Currently, I run a platform called a community called Opportunities for Us, where we are just trying to help ambitious young African youth, like who really want to step out there and climb the ladder very quickly, have a seat at the global tables where it matters, also have a point to make. And I'm trying to help create that community or that platform that can bring that about. And so why do I want to do this? You start to ask yourself questions like that. Why do I want to do this? Because of my own personal experience and the struggles that I faced. I realized that maybe having mentorship, having access to good information, timely information, can save me a lot of stress. And so when I began to find this information for myself, friends around me noticed and started to ask me questions. So I realized that there was a need for that, and I was also passionate about getting that information out there to help as many young people that are interested in improving their lives, Africans actually, get that access to information. And so what I want to do, so I want to be able to I see that from everything I have done so far and everything I want to do as well, that making decisions also counts and makes a big difference. So that is why now I'm going into policy, and because of my passion with environment, I want to be at the places where it matters so that I can help make the decisions as well. And once I'm able to get to this point, or let's say the next thing is, so what are some of my targets? Maybe I want to help 2,000 youth, by the next 2 years. And then I start to look at how I can get there. How can an MSc get me there? What kind of MSc? Because sometimes we think we know what we want to do, but then you do your research, which is the point 2 I'm coming to, is gonna let you know a lot, and it's all because you figured out who you are and exactly what you want to do. So this brings me to my next point 2, which is basically researching and preparing. There's so much information out there, I mean, and it's good, but you need to be able to shape what you're looking for. And because you've already done that with your first point, finding out your professional identity and like trying to track out what you want to do, map out what you want to do, it becomes easier in researching which country you even want to go to, because I mean the host country matters a lot, because the weather, the climate, everything is going to feed into ultimately having a very good experience in that place. The kind of school you want to go to, is it an Ivy League, is it one of the best programs that you want to do? Then also very important, the kind of scholarship. It sounds really weird saying the kind of scholarship, because it's like you're desperate. Any scholarship should do, right? No, you really want to pick a scholarship that is good for you as well as is good for the scholarship people, or the people who are selecting the scholarship. I mean the selection committee, exactly. So you want to make sure that you are a good fit, exactly. And how to be able to determine this is really read, make a good research. You can go on LinkedIn and find people who have been in this scholarship before, and then just ask them, and don't ask them questions you could find on the website of the the scholarship program. That's like kind of a waste of time of the person's time. Basically ask them, and sometimes some of these people have also done YouTube videos and put them on YouTube, so you can find them on YouTube. But basically to ask them information that you wouldn't be able to find online, or maybe you just even want them to read your essay over for you or something like that. So yeah, that's the second point we want to make. Make sure you do your research very well. You want to make sure that you are actually putting in the work to make sure you find good scholarships. So I'm going to link some of the really fantastic scholarship resources below. There's this guide by QS, and it shows you basically some of the really great scholarships out there and all of that. And the last thing is maybe like a strategy or plan. So now maybe you've listed maybe a couple of scholarships, and the reason why it's also important is because then you begin to know or like have the essence of the scholarship. Some scholarships go just beyond them paying for your school fees or your stipend. It becomes like a lifetime kind of thing, or there are certain rules and regulations attached to scholarships. You want to make sure you are aware of all of these things. So the last point is now mapping up a strategy to get the scholarship, and that comes a bit under the research, and it would seem like I'm repeating myself, but once you have selected maybe 2 or 3 scholarships and you want to start going out there to find what you want to do, you really want to be able to find good resources to help you get the best. The reason is because almost every good scholarship you are probably gunning for, it's like highly competitive, and so you really want to make sure you hit the ones like you are selected. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I've actually been able to say confidently to you that I've gotten to a point where I can write an application for a scholarship, and one time incident or case scenario, and I have gotten it. I will make another video about how I got in 2 scholarships to come to the UK, and then how I made my final decision, so keep your fingers crossed. And basically there are so many strategies that you can put together. So ideally you want to create like a Google sheet or a Word document where you list out all the resources and links that you need, and start gathering all the things that you need to gather, like personal statements, essays, documentation, and all of that. But I really am an advocate for looking for people who have excelled, because that's what I also did. People who have gotten that scholarship, so most of them have YouTube channels. Just go out there, look for videos take your time to look at the steps that they tell you to take, and then just use it all to your benefit. You can also go on LinkedIn, you know, just make use of those networks. And as I said, you really want to make sure that one final tip I want to leave under point 3 is you want to make sure that you are standing out by basically having people read over. So you read over your essays, you make sure everything is together. You can put a checklist together to make sure you have everything together. And then also you get people around you in professional capacities to read it. Then you may want to try to reach out to people that have gotten these scholarships and maybe ask them if they are kind enough to read your scholarship essay or application essay or personal statement or whatever it is. And some of these people would be able to help you to do it. So I wish you the very best of luck and prayers and blessings. And I do want to say thank you so much. If this has been useful, please kindly share, like, subscribe, and please put in the comments below if this was really useful, what you want to see next, and we'll be right back.